What's going on? Midas, my guys here already.
Hey, 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 Charlie, how fun?
Chale, Video. How you doing?
I'm alright, I'm alright. Happy Sunday, chilling.
Up Ghana today.
It be teens
Chale,
for the
well,
TL or Charlie.
fam, plenty things.
Hmm.
Plenty things.
Things they happen. The
In the
TL
words
woke up
of
and they been used violence this morning.
fam, as soon as Thames dropped that song, it just get us to be everywhere.
Ah.
Fam, I am so stunned that that room is still active.
Yo, the dude said he was gonna shut it down like an hour ago.
Plenty, plenty. His and I quote his choice of words. I quote his choice of words were, "It's been a minute. It's been a minute. We've been on here for a minute." So me self, I was like, "All right, fuck it. Let me get out of here." I went and got a haircut. I came back from the haircut. Boom. So I ain't there again. I went. I did some errands. I was at Home Depot, Target, and you can't step in and out of Target. Like that place collected. I came
Yo,
back. It's still going on. I'm like, bruh. And then I just jumped in again. Some girl is accusing him of not being fair. I was like, all right.
Crazy things are happening.
Thames never lied, B. Thames never lied.
never.
And I'm not mad at them, and I'm enjoying this because everybody wants the music business to be popping in their country. But this is what happens when the music business is popping in your country. There are multiple factions, there are multiple gangs, there are multiple beliefs and group and all that. The amount of passion that was going in there, it was cool to see because this is really just the beginning. Because the more sound that comes out of Ghana, the more people are passionate about all these things here. And
Hmm,
I had so
hmm.
many experts, so many people that supposedly know what's going on, and I was just like, all right, man, I'm gonna let y'all,
Yeah,
I'm gonna let y'all talk.
I'm sure you must have been listening. You would have been like, okay, is this what is happening? All right.
Fam, right? Like
If you say so.
fun facts are dropping everywhere, but it's like there was a lot of tree being spoken, a lot of pigeon being spoken. So I love that because now you're creating that culture of them talking about what they want to talk about, and it's not Nigeria against Ghana, it's not Shatawale, like it's about, and it's dope that it's about the women in the industry. Like these dialogues should happen. Oh, Junior's in the
You know what?
building. Prince Fabian was good. But go ahead, Midas.
Hey, were you guys talking to me?
No, I was just greeting you, sir.
Oh, okay. Good evening, good
All of
afternoon,
it.
wherever everyone
Charlie, how
is.
you did? We're all Ghanaians today, I
I,
beg.
Charlie, how far?
you guys are Ghanaian today.
Yes, man.
Yup,
Yeah.
happy Independence
What's that word? There was
Day.
that word he kept saying, like, you understand. It starts with a
You know,
B.
you dey
You
bab,
they
you dey
bob.
bab. You know the feel
Everything
you dey
is you they
bab.
bob.
Bab
Hey,
I
I,
agree
I,
with
wa-
now.
I was just in that space where they were talking about Murray and
Yes,
Marley.
that's what we're
I
addressing.
Oh
was
my
listening.
So moving
goodness!
forward today,
Tunde, you did there, Charlie Alpha now.
I
Oh
was
my
listening.
we're all Ghanaians. We're all
goodness!
Ghanaians today.
Hey, I
Etu
guess.
saying,
You they bob?
Mahoye.
Hey, Manawa, say.
Me, I don't sabi speak Ghana pidgin, but
Ah,
I guess we're all
Abon
Ghanaians.
ten.
me pacho.
I think Ghana Pigeon, you have to add a I in the middle of just instead of like you just have to add an extra day in there somewhere. Is it's just
Tree.
it's something. I don't know how to describe it, but there's just an extra
You know, I
element.
had to DM you straight up. I'm like, this tweet is banging,
Fam,
fam.
nah,
Like,
there's a
bro.
whole lot
So
of
funny.
passion, a whole lot of insider information, a whole lot of professionals on the music side and the management side and the legal side and the vibes, and I was just like, bro. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for the actual two parties because a lot of conversations are it's still going, Abby. Oh, did they finish it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh no, they
It
That's
closed
is
it.
still
nuts.
on.
They closed it, I think.
It did? Oh, okay.
How many hours was that? That's insane.
Nothing less than
Yo,
3
around
oh.
3 p.m. Eastern time, I was in that
So
room.
5 hours. Sheesh.
It's
I'm happy
crazy.
for
I
Amari
think at
though.
the end of the
I'm happy for Amari because
but like you said, I mean, I'm happy too that these conversations are beginning to happen.
hmm
So by hook or by crook, everybody must learn. Like this
exactly.
is another version of breakfast. Let's call it music breakfast. You know, like everyone will eat that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be honest, like apart from like the people that invested in themselves early on, Western Africa, at least, I don't think we're really concerned about the business part of the music business for a very long time. We just want to like have a good time, party, enjoy the vibes, stuff like that. So now that there's money to be made and a few have like made headway, I think now everybody wants to eat, even though they may not necessarily have systems in place. You know what I'm saying? So like at the end of the day, tough love is tough love. So if you learn the hard way, all good. If you don't learn at all good still. But it's good for them, Sha, that they are
No,
talking
yeah,
about
that's what
it
I'm saying.
now.
It's not new. I remember when Wiz was under Banky, everybody swore they knew the contract. I remember when Davido had to buy David's contract out so he could do his thing. Like everybody swears they know the business of it all. Everyone isn't happy with their situation. Kiss Daniel had to change his name. Like these things have.
It's the armchair A&Rs, bro.
Yeah,
Everybody thinks that
these
everybody
things
sits on the
happen.
internet and thinks they've worked out a label. Everybody thinks they
It
know what
does.
people are beholden to as far as a deal because of whatever they've seen on the internet. And that's why I was talking to Mariana earlier, and it's like there's certain things we see on this shit, and it's like we can't even say anything because some of us actually know both parties in those situations, and like we're not allowed to speak. And even in that space, I know that they were trying to reference certain people that are on um, what's it called, on Ama's team or
To
on
come
Molly's
out.
team.
No, Molly's thing. They wanted to
They're
get
calling
Molly's thing
Minister out
because
today.
there were a few. It's so funny, like you said. Like I think in the span of 30 days, we were in the same space with both women, and they both they're both nice young women. Like I've chopped it up with Molly when we did the podcast, and we chopped it up with Ray and
Uh
Akro.
huh.
So they're both great people. Like it's an unfortunate thing
Yep.
that two young Ghanaian women have a misunderstanding about money. But
Yep.
this is it. This is what happens once the spotlights start coming, and once attention has been shared to what it is you're doing. People
Hmm.
want their cut of it. It's everyone's not going to be happy, and that's where unless they're the OGs in the game or there's certain things established already, people aren't going to see eye to eye. So
That's a
it's
fact.
not ugly. So the armchair people, like you call them, they're going to talk, and this is why it would have been great to have people from both parties speak on it so things could be clear. But bro, the passion was flying. B,
Yeah, and
fucking
honestly,
wild.
you can't expect for people to just like jump on stage just because you want them to share an opinion about something. Some people are contractually not allowed to be involved with certain conversations.
Exactly.
You know?
I did Bab, my brother. That's all I'm saying for the rest of the day. I did Bab.
Well,
I
I'm
did
glad that all of
bad.
us have decided we really like to party.
Nah, but Tina Marie's doing so dope though. Like she's doing so well. She's pushing. Obviously it didn't start off as Ghana because Nigerians were rocking with her heavy, but she's doing great work and she's gonna push that sound in the country, represent the country, and other young women are gonna come out, and do their thing as well, which is amazing. So, bruh, it's just
I
ugly.
sorry, but can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead,
Oh,
brother.
okay. I thought my phone was tweaking. But anyways, I read the whole like Twitter like thread rant thing she did, and it just really boils down to like people not understanding like the music business. I think that I mean that's just my opinion. I don't like obviously there might be more like intangibles and like stuff we don't know and stuff she might not put like in a thread, but it just seems like a communication thing where like people don't understand like like recoupment, like you have to recoup the investments from the labels or the investors before the artists start making money that is done. And it just seems like a communication. And like we as Africans, we need to do better to educate ourselves about the music business to avoid situations like this, because it's really not ideal. I'm a very big fan of the whole what they did with the song, and to see it like and like ending up like this, and especially that it's been dragging on for over a year. Like nah, that's we need to do better. I'm sorry. It's really sad. I know it's funny and all, but it's not a good look in my opinion. I don't know.
No, I agree with you. I think communication being the first, I think with any, when there are two parties, communication is the biggest thing. Obviously, the two teams aren't on the same page. That's the first thing. Maria was able to break things down, but Molly obviously wants something she hasn't been given. So it's like, where is the middle ground? There has to be a middle ground somewhere. Contracts exist, obviously, so we're not sure on the legal aspect of things, but I'm sure they should be able to figure something out. Amaray dropped a whole lot and broke it down step by step on how it started, what was going on, and why her team did what they did. So you see that part, but also Molly, if you're involved in something, you kind of want some kind of kickback, whether it be with attention, shout outs. Like, I know being an upcoming artist when you're a part of something big and you feel like nothing is coming. So it's really weird. The same thing just happened with Portable in Nigeria. So
That's true. That's true.
it's so weird. Like a lot of artists don't know what goes into making a song big,
Yeah.
I was
and that's
explaining to
why.
some people. Oh, I'm
Sorry.
sorry, Junior.
No,
Just
go
one
ahead.
minute. Yeah, I was explaining to some people in this space for a brief minute, and I was saying like to them like I think at the end of the day, at least from what we can see so far with all the information out there, I think it's about like maybe representation in terms of like visually of like the carriers or the champions of the song, even from the
Yep.
original, and again to you guys' point, like you clearly understand. I think it's just a series of bad decisions, right, from the beginning, from the jump, in terms of Molly's part. And it's honest. It's not even a thing of again, she's an upcoming artist. It's an honest mistake. At the beginning, you're not sure of like how far the song is gonna go. You're not sure of how the reception is gonna be. Again, you're experimenting. You're just creating good music, and so I think those honest mistakes at the beginning ended up, biting them in the ass. And now maybe the way you want to get back what you think is rightfully yours is just a little bit like again the miscommunication in between. You're not going about it the right way, and yeah, like Ray said, just let the lawyers handle it out. Even if I don't think Amare's even scared of losing. If I lose to you, no Wahala, but like all this now coming to drag me on the TL because of my and then maybe like calling me out with my name, speaking of my character again, there are just some things that are just not adding up, to everybody, and we'll never know. So
Yeah,
it is
that's
what
the
it is.
embarrassing part. The fact that it ended up on the timeline. Now everyone is like throwing their opinions and taking sides. That's the part that I don't really like. It's not ideal.
A big up, we support the woman, man. They both
Yeah,
have.
that's what I'm saying. I'm excited to see what the hell comes up with this because these are two talented women. They're sweethearts. I've been around both of them. They're really nice people. So I hope they figure it out. But the music business is not a good place. Like I feel like we say this all the time. Music biz is a horrible, horrible place to make money from. There's money to be made, but the amount of shit you got to go through to make a dollar, even if you look at the percentage on Spotify, Apple Music, obviously Tidal being a better percentage, Napster being better percentage. Like the shit you got to do to make a dollar after spending so much time in recording, editing, buying the beat, clearing any possible issues with whoever might own sounds on the beat. And then you drop something out and then you got to pay somebody to play your song and you pay the person to play your song and people got to like it and you got to be out here on TikTok coming up with dances and all this shit like all that just to make music. So we got to really put in perspective what the things that Amaracin might have done to make this what it has become and how much hurdles they still have to go through to then be able to cash out on a song. So just because a song is getting spins and getting plays and all your friends have it on their stories does not mean these are getting paid. So it's
Absolutely, and that's the thing.
gotta.
Like, Bao, you and I have talked about these types of things over the past few years because we see what's happening on both sides, right? But the problem is when I try to explain these things to people that aren't directly related to the business, they're like, oh, but what about what they posted and da 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 da. I'm like, yo, y'all have no idea what's actually going on. No idea, not a clue, not a clue. Armchair A&Rs. And that's
I
why
have a
I just
question.
it's easier to not even get into the conversation with certain people. At the end of the day, it's between Marie and Molly, and each of their perspectives are valid. You know what I'm saying? Like the perspective of one is valid to them, and the perspective of the other is valid to them. We can't say that from their vantage points that either of them are incorrect about feeling however they feel. You know, one side may feel like the other side is a bit ungrateful for providing them for an opportunity. The other side may feel like, hey, you should have broke me off with something. This record has been out for a minute and you didn't give me nothing, right? Not realizing that there may have been some reasons why there weren't like concessions made or whatever, right? At the end of the day, they both have the right to feel however they feel. So let them hash it out however they need to hash it out. Mariana, absolutely, you can speak. Go ahead.
No, you guys did a perfect segue because I've been thinking about like if we're not supposed to be doing payola or whatever it is just to get the song moving, but there's like so many companies or people that's quote unquote doing playlisting, whatever. How did that become like the norm if payola is not supposed to be a thing, quote unquote?
Well, payola is illegal for a few reasons, right? There is a law for those that aren't aware. There's a law that exists that actually prohibits the monetary influence of promoting records on the terrestrial radio, AM, FM radio stations. I'm not sure if it applies to satellite radio. I'm not sure if it's extended to that. But basically, there was a law that prohibited the monetary influence of promotion on the radio directly from like label or artist directly to the platform. Now, what happens is you have promotions teams and promoters, independent promoters, sorry, that are contracted by a lot of these labels in order to do the work that was previously done internally by the label. And this is legal. It's like having a middleman, right? So the label cannot directly go to a radio station and say, hey, XYZ. What is okay and has been traditionally okay is going through a a contracted company, you know, that is responsible for the relationship between said label and said radio network or radio station. That way, it puts a buffer between the actual artist and label and the radio station, so it doesn't look like there's some coercion going on or whatever. But at the end of the day, you know that every time that there's a system that is developed, it can be manipulated and abused and et cetera or whatever. What happens is a lot of artists that don't realize that, you know, maybe their label or their outfit or their management team is skirting around some of the processes that have been developed in order to protect everyone involved and to not have illegal activity happen. Sometimes the artist isn't privy to the fact that certain things are illegal. So if things are happening that the artist is privy to, they're not always aware of. Like I said, they're not aware of what's legal, what's not legal. So by certain tweets happening today, it made it very clear to me that certain people can get in trouble, right? Because it's not everything that happens in these businesses that end up on the timeline, right? Niggas know what be going on sometimes, but at the end of the day, a lot of NDAs, a lot of contracts are signed, so people shut up. So I'm not entirely sure who approves the tweets that flew on either side, but I was very surprised to see some of the stuff that I saw today because
Fam.
the likes of Bao and
Fam.
I, the likes of
Fam.
Bao and I have seen contracts and know what is allowed to be
Bro,
public and what is not allowed to be public.
when I
So
saw
that's why I
that
didn't say
specific
anything. I'm just like,
tweet,
oh shit, all right, cool.
yo, Tune, when I saw that specific tweet, I was like,
Is
oh.
that specific tweet, bro? That
Yeah,
one
I
tweet.
was like, oh,
I didn't
that's
care
why
about nothing else. I'm like, yo, your
I
team
didn't
is
tweet
okay with you
about
saying that?
Sam. I did not tweet
Damn,
about
I
Fiasco. I
wish I
didn't
know what
tweet
the
about
tweet is.
nothing.
Bro,
Well,
we're not even gonna identify it because
if
if you don't know,
if
you're
you
not supposed to
followed
say
what
anything.
yeah, if you followed what he just said and we read
I
the whole thing,
know.
Bruh,
you might be able to figure it out.
I'm sure her label is not happy with that
Yeah, I'm
specific
shocked.
tweet.
It's still is it still up?
Okay,
I gotta
okay,
go
It
check.
okay, okay, okay. It finally hit me.
I don't know
Okay.
if it's still up. So, but that was crazy. I saw that shit and I was like, wow, she's
like
very
they could
upset.
get fined a shit ton of bread if
She is
anybody in
very
legal
upset.
if anybody in legal catches what was tweeted, it comes with repercussions. You know what I'm saying? So it's not my place to say anything. I'm just saying like I really hope that management on both sides is privy to the fact that, you know, this business don't care about who's right or
Good
who's wrong.
people.
At the end of the day, everybody's just trying to make themselves look like they're clean, right? No matter how dirty the business is, everybody's going to try to come out looking like the cleanest. So I hope they can hash everything out the right way. I hope they can squash things the right way behind the scenes and not be like a public foray or a public display. Because there's a lot of conversations that clearly need to be had, and I don't believe that they've been had until today. So I really hope that for everybody involved that these can be resolved because they're really dope artists. Both of them are really really dope. Like Bible said, we've met both of them. They're incredible artists. They're super talented, and they both represent Ghana to the fullest. So I really hope they can squash whatever is going on and hash it out and get money together or apart or whatever. But I hope they're able to move forward.
Any other comments on that? Anyone else want to share anything on that, by the way, before we move on?
Yeah, I think we can get into the original program, man. Like I said at the beginning, it's just again a bad decisions were made at the beginning, and now it's just playing out. But today, TMI, too much information, man. But we pray for them. We move.
Sad, absolutely sad. But yeah, I hope they figure it out. So Tunde, how was David O? Because I think who else was anyone else? Changing countries like Tunde and go to see David O, or is it just
Hold
you,
on,
Tunde?
before we even get there, are you
Okay.
before without further ado?
Was was that the first song he played? I wouldn't know.
All right, you were asking about what, sir? What?
Was that the first song he played? I wouldn't know. Can you
That I
confirm?
believe was one of no, it wasn't the first song, but it was
Yeah.
definitely among the earlier parts of the set for sure.
That's good. That's good, Mr. OBO. I love that
Not
song so much.
not gonna lie, the young man burnt that place down. It was a
Well,
great
it's
show.
David O. Like he
It
gives
was a great
energy.
show. I, as a fan, I enjoyed it. Again, I'm not biased. I listen. Obviously, you know what I do. I,
Right, right,
I
right, right.
respect everybody in the system, out the system. I'm a fan of the culture first. And when I say that, I was actually why I was in the crowd. Fuck all the industry shit. I was in the crowd watching everybody, all the fans, everybody in the stands,
Going
everybody in the
nuts.
crowd, vibing from the point that the first from DSF DJ'd. That's when I walked in from the point she DJ'd to E Cool DJ'd, and then fucking Davido got on and brought out all the acts he brought out and performed all the hits he performed. I didn't have any
Was
complaints, man. I've seen a lot of takes on the timeline today that have been very interesting, but
hmm
myself and everybody that I was with were impressed at what we saw last night. As a fan, I'm not
How
talking
was the
about
sound? Was the sound bad? Like I was hearing?
again, I was sober the entire night. I didn't hear the critiques that I've seen on the timeline about sound. I personally didn't witness that. I'm not saying it didn't happen. Maybe I wasn't paying attention enough when these things were happening, but I didn't. What I did see is obviously, people coming on stage to fix his mic, and yes, the technical difficulties of that I saw, but I didn't really hear like the sound being like unbearable. You know, what I mean, things technical difficulties happen at concerts. I've been to a bunch of artist shows where the sound is not the best. You know, what I'm saying it could be the venue, it could be maybe the sound check, something wasn't, something just didn't work. Anything that can go wrong can go wrong. It's a live show. Like Bawa, you've produced live shows. We've produced live shows together. You know how it can be. So at the end of the day, like the man knows how to put on a show, and whether there were technical difficulties or not, I still think that every fan left there feeling like they got the value for what they paid for. Which is a lot to say for an
And that's all
African
you want to
artist
hear.
concert. You know,
No, right. No, that's all you want to hear. David O has always been a great performer.
yeah.
So I was
As
shocked
as
that
has as Wizkid has been, as Burna Boy has been. They've all thrown amazing shows, and they've all sold out the O2, right? So it was really good to just see like a lot of old fans, brand new fans, people that weren't even fans that were just there to kind of like see what's going on and leave as fans. It was really dope to see.
I'm definitely mad I missed that though. It looked fun. Obviously, like I said, his energy from start to finish was usually great. I know people make fun of him screaming, but
Shebi, you have MTN phone. Why didn't you stream from Udo X?
sir, who are you talking to? It's not me.
You and your
MTN
twin
can't.
now. Your twin in Yaba. You didn't hit up your twin to get to stream it from Yaba Tech.
I know not who you speak of, sir.
We're not gonna bring the myth of Bowel's twin back. That's a whole. Midas, go ahead.
I need to know that gist. Can I just say that I mean, I think this in terms of performances, first of all, it was a great show to me. I didn't go, but there's a particular person's handle that I was able to find on IG. Shout out to Z Baby. She had, when they say perfect angle, it was like IGTV. She had Davido on lock all through the concert, and she had like, yeah, it was a really really great time. The sound was beautiful even from her snap, or sorry, from her posts and everything. But I just want to say, like, expectations of people, especially we the African fans, because again, I think a lot of people don't get it that we're kind of the ones creating the narratives that the newcomers, the Westerners, are seeing, right? And whatever we say or put out there or put on the TL is what they will go off when they check history down the road. And I think in terms of performances, there's this whole new craze of everyone should be the best vocal, expert or whatever. Like, not everybody can give you Beyonce level of showmanship, and that's the truth. But it seems like with the little exposure that we are getting now and everything, we want to like be. I mean, it's good to grow, but at least stage by stage, step by step. But that's not what it is. I think because lyrically and palette wise, Bonner's level is unique, and they see how he, moves with the words and the dance steps, and he's all like, aura and everything. And they're like, oh, Weezy can never match that because he's giving them 1 2 1 2 vibes. Say. But it all depends on personality and what your expectation is as a fan going into the concert. I think energy wise, I can count how many people that can match Davido's energy on a stage. And his fans are not going to his shows to look for vocal performances. They want to jump. The babes want to wind their waist. They just want to move and have a good time. You can't hear a Davido fan complain about him shouting. They don't give, like, it's not the voice they're there for. They're here for his hype, his energy, and those hits. And he has hundreds of those chilling in his pockets day and night. So, like, all those people about those performances, it's just whack to me. I feel we're not supporting our own because, again, it's like having a kid and you embarrass them outside. It's your kid. Like, if you touch my kid in school, you're going to get it. But at home, if my kid messes up, he's going to get it too. That kind of thing. In my house is in my house. But outside, that's my kid and that's my priority. But that's not the same thing with I mean, maybe Nigerians mostly, in terms of, because since we're the champions of the three big exports now, the three biggest exports right now. But it's unfair. I think it was an absolutely good show. I'm so sad. And he didn't even perform all his hits. So apparently he didn't perform Joel. I didn't see that. So like it was a good show. It was a good show. I enjoyed every bit of it. And since we went, I beg, what was that award, a certificate that Shine gave him? I didn't get that. Is he now a Belize citizen or something?
So basically, I missed that part because I was in a conversation when that was happening. But I asked Shine after the show about it. He basically said that basically David and his team have been investing in a bunch of Belizean um, uh, initiatives in Belize. So I think Shine was there to basically honor those initiatives and give him his flowers for the type of work that he's been doing over there. So I think that's why, they brought out the flag and they dedicated the work that he's been doing with Belizean, in the
That's
Belizean space.
great. That's great.
Yeah,
And that
which
goes to
I wouldn't have
further
known I wouldn't have known otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Which is great.
exactly to further your point, we fans or most fans or even and you're heavy in the industry and you didn't know that. So imagine how much fans do not know and they just speak. It's crazy, but I'm guessing that's the power that that's the like, I guess a con that comes to social media. Everybody has a platform, everybody has a voice, and they feel like they're entitled to speak on assumptions as facts, and it's sad, but
Yeah,
Absolutely, I'm getting you.
no, it's really weird. Like I tweeted it earlier, how the three horsemen and Burner, Wiz, and David are really great people. Like they're really really great people. They do a lot for the country. They do a lot out the country. Obviously, musically, we see how far they've taken the country, but it's just sad that the fan bases are probably a lot of the noise these men have to hear. Like David for his birthday raised so much money for kids, and I know in Nigeria it's called fatherless homes or instead of orphanage. But it's just, Davido did so much just on his own day. Wizkid has been doing a lot out the country. Burna obviously has been doing a lot. They're very vocal on what goes on in the country. They speak against the government, even though Nigeria's politics and the big bro situation, it's a very tricky subject. They're great ambassadors. It's always sad to see that people want to pit them against each other. I get tired of it all the time. I'm a Wiz fan from day one, and I'm critical of Wiz as I'm critical of David and or Burner. So, but just every single accomplishment these people get, you will hear this. But what about this? What about that? What about this? So it's gonna happen. It's just like I feel like in our genre of Afro beats, it's supercharged. It's supercharged compared to other like genres.
what are the consequences of this for us in the long run, if there are any? I know, but like I'll just like you guys to touch on that for a minute. Like, what are some of the consequences wise in terms of like excessive stan culture? Is there any point at which it could backfire and we could see some things like start to go left? If you guys could just speak on it for a minute.
Um, I don't mind touching on this. I think it's subjective, right? I think
Pause.
outside of our culture, you have stan culture in a variety of markets, right? In Korea, you have K-pop stans that are absolutely obnoxious and they don't care about who you are, what you are. They will troll you. They will amplify whatever artist that is important to them. They will completely ratio your account until you can't even see any of your tweets anymore. That's one example. Other example, I mean, how there, how many believers that we grew up with that ended up becoming these like shadow stands, and kids you went to high school with, kids you went to middle school with, that ended up having these alternate internet lives and completely stand all these boy bands and pop acts, right? So we've seen it. I mean, how many barbs do we know that literally you don't know what they look like? You know if they're white, black, green, blue, and they are barbs. Like they will. I mean, there was a time where if you said anything about Nicki Minaj that was displeasurable and unflattering, they would dox you. They would completely have your information on the internet and not care about what that meant for your personal safety. So I don't think it's anything that we haven't seen before. I think it's not unique to Africa or African artists, but I think it's actually quite fascinating that African acts have fans that are that dedicated and that internet savvy that they can wreak havoc on any detractors of their favorite artists. I think it's actually really interesting for sure. And no, none of us in this group want to be on the receiving end of the back of the retribution that those teams are good for.
I don't know if it's gotten to the K-pop level yet, because K-pop
Bruh,
level, nah, K-pop level is
bruh.
like, yo, you
When
could
I
write
tell,
right,
bruh,
you
let
could
me bring
write
you back to a
R.I.P.
time. Let me
Go
bring you
ahead.
back to a time. You remember the oh, I'm gonna say two words. I'm gonna say one word. Remember the frog when the frog era started. Yes or no?
Oh, for that certain artist, yes.
Yes. Remember when we're gonna call it the frog era. When that started, that was the first time I realized that those two camps have mobilized internet fans that are not only insufferable, but they are powerful. They don't care about anything. They they don't they don't care. They don't
Nah,
care.
but it
They
can't.
don't
It's
care.
not like K-pop stands. You can post about losing a family member. You could post about a random thing, and they will find your thread and post a random K-pop video. I don't think we're
Bruh,
there yet.
they were dog. They did the same thing to Homeboy. They did the same thing. They were like, yo, they were ripping on the fact that he had lost a family member, and it
No,
was
but that's what I'm
actually kind
saying.
of.
They K-pop people jump into other matters to discuss
Oh, okay, yeah.
K-pop. Like once you say certain artist names, yes, these people show up out of nowhere. But K-pop people, it don't even matter, bro. Like it don't matter what you're talking about. You could be talking about diarrhea for the last 2 nights, and there's gonna be a video under your comment
Diarrhea.
talking about. I'm telling you, they don't care. They honestly don't care. K-pop people are a different level of like just annoying. I'm ashamed
Right.
of the way Ninja fans speak on their artists, but I don't think they're there yet. I hope they never get there because I don't even want to listen to K-pop because the fans annoy me.
Mm.
I don't think we're at that spot where people are like F Afrobeats because Wizkid fans or David O fans or Burner fans. I feel like Burner fans.
Your
I
village has taken your
I
Wi-Fi.
just
Yo.
know I got a
Burner
call.
fans kidnapped him.
I got a call. I got a call. No, but I don't think Burner fans are to that level yet. I feel like it's Wiz and David O's fans with just a wild, wild, wild energy, and then Burner fans are still trying to match that, but I don't know if it's as bad.
I think that is.
It's so crazy because if
Uh,
any fan base fits would fit a personality, you would think it would be Burner because he just don't give a fuck, and he's out there
mm.
looking for it. Like the man said he wanted to fight Davido, and Davido said no. So you would think it'd be you would think it'd be him. That's out here being the crazy. Wiz chilling. Wiz don't even say nothing outside that's of any type of energy that's I hate this person, I hate that person, but his fans go crazy. Even David O doesn't entertain that much. Like previously, the biggest, the baddest, all that 30BG, da 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 da. Which I always find ironic because David O's whole thing is I'm rich or I'm richer than you, I'm bigger than you. And in
Mm.
a country where most of the people are broke, but they're heavy, heavy on David O's energy.
It's a facts.
Like David O's first big song is Dami Duro. Like he's legit saying, "My pops is rich. Don't play with me." Like
Don't
that's the
play with me.
energy.
Don't get in my way.
Yeah, like we're not on the same level because my pops is rich. Not off any accomplishment. Just like yo, my pops is rich, and then
Don't get in my way
he became
because my
son of
father
rich man.
rich.
That should be a nice little classical. La di da di da. No, but that's really what David O came as. And yeah, his fans are like most Nigerians are not rich. Most Nigerians don't have rich parents. I know we do the whole "Do you know who I am?" But if "Do you
What?
know
Do
who
you
I
know who
am,"
my father is?
that's what I'm saying. If "Do you know who I am" was a song, it would be Dami Duro.
It's true. It's
Like
true.
if that shit turned into lyrics and a beat, it'd definitely be Dami Duro. And even in the video, he was disrespectful. And I was like, "Ooh, let's see how Nigerians take the shit." They loved it, and they've
I
been
love
gang.
watching that video because you see like young Asa.
Everybody, just young Asa, young David, like just trying to fit what he's singing.
So cool. It's amazing. You think about how many years ago that was, and just to see how they've all progressed today. I do even with Wiz. When you look at some of Wiz's old stuff, whenever we
Bruh,
see like Banky, like 15,
bruh,
10, 15
bruh.
years ago,
The Wizkid and
Snapback
Alana
era.
Day
Who
video.
remembers Snapback era?
Yup,
oh
the
my
Wiz,
Yeah.
the Wiz
Jesus,
and
The
Alana Day
holla at your boy
video.
era.
Yes.
holla at your boy.
Nah, B. Wiz was shouting at everybody and their mother at the end of his song. And
And
now
Hey,
look,
governor.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Mr. Wellington, I can't
I'm
like,
not gonna
bro,
lie.
like now look, it's a whole different energy. But it's just that's why I'm like, we need to celebrate this man more than be out here doing stand culture and separate,
Right, right,
having them
right.
against each other. Because yo, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort to be consistent for years to come to put shit out and people fuck with it always. you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, fam.
And I hope, but the young ones so far, it doesn't look like they're following is on that type of time. I'm
Yeah,
not
Yeah.
that's
sure.
because the people ahead have done all the work for them. They've done all the fighting for them. Now
Yeah,
there's enough
cause
food to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, get my
facts.
bag. I'm keep moving. So yeah.
Isn't it crazy though? Like Omale has a what's it called, a Bieber song.
Yeah.
Like
Yo,
talk about the ones ahead of you putting in the heavy work. Like Omale has a Bieber song off rip. Like yes, he has two projects out that are great, but bruh, a Bieber song
I think he actually has two.
for real. I missed out on the
Yeah,
first.
he was on one of the remixes of
Oh no no
from
yeah
Justin Bieber's last album, I think. Or
Oh,
yeah.
Nana, what's your name?
It's insane. It's absolutely insane when you
now
just look at it.
now he
Rema's
has a
out here
Bieber
touring
single.
Cali. Rema's
Did it
touring
catch your
Cali.
attention though? That's what I really want to know.
It's not. It's not. A friend of mine was asking like, what does Bieber have to do to get a Afrobeat hit? And I told her, I was like, he got to catch malaria first.
La ilaha rasulillah.
wow.
You're not
you are
like all
the,
these
you are a
people.
disgusting guy like that.
All these
Chale,
people
chale,
go.
chale, chale, chale.
You
You for
bab,
be
His
come
cool
blood
down
through,
with
is
the
bab.
not
bones.
portable
Cool
for
down with
that.
the bones.
He
Nah,
has to
these
feel the
people.
pain of what it feels like growing up
Exactly.
in.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, until you swallow chloroquine, you will not
Hey,
go.
Oh my God,
Chale, you
Nah,
Mefloquine.
just did drop bombs for here,
This
Chale.
guy
just
said
give me
chloroquine.
just give me
nah, for
Mefloquine,
PTSD.
shut
real.
up there.
Listen, how are y'all gonna eat off the culture, or like you're not gonna understand the pain until you're there?
Hey, I used to
What's his name?
scratch
What's
when I
the
took
British guy?
chloroquine.
The British guy that
Ed Sheeran?
Ed Sheeran was in Ghana chilling for a minute. I'm sure he caught something.
Ed Sheeran don't
Um,
chop better banco, Chale.
he was there for a
With
minute.
Fuse
I'm
ODG.
sure.
You remember those days,
Listen, no,
Azonto?
I trust me. I remember. And look now, Ed Sheeran is out here giving little, cause he was in the culture for a bit. Your
No,
boy
Ed
Bieber in
Sheeran's in
Canada.
Ed Sheeran's in Peru eating ugali, chilling.
Cam, the fact that you put Peru and Ugali in the same sentence is very,
Hey,
very wild.
yo, it's
And
you know,
he was chilling in Ghana, but you took Peru and Ugali. That's different.
you
But
know.
that's what I'm saying. Your boy Bieber gonna be in Canada and thinks he's just gonna get an Afrobeat hit. It's not working like that. It's not going to
Thank
work like that.
you.
You got to do more. You got to be in there. Somebody auntie has to send you message, and you bring
Wow,
it back, and then they ask you for
wow,
change. Until then, Bieber not getting an Afrobeat hit. I'm sorry, he just
that,
doesn't have it.
that is a big wow.
Well, how come this is a good like segue though, right? How come they're not like trying to tap in with the Afrobeat producers so they could get the song together? Because I just feel like you heard it, you're just gonna do it just to get your fan base
That's how you
That's the
know
wow.
it's
next.
not honest,
No,
Mariana.
that's
That's
the
how you
next
know it's
step.
not honest. That's what
That's the
Bao
next
is
step.
saying.
Oh no,
They'll
That's
I
what
get
try.
that.
They'll try the artist first. When the artists don't work, and then they realize half of, like 70% of the work is the beat, then they'll probably move forward after that. Every beat producer thinks they can recreate something too. So a lot of these beat producers will be like, how people be like da 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 type beat. Like I'm sure they're like, hey, we got the Whisker type beat, or we have a this type beat, and then the artists here don't, they're gonna roll
Whiskey
with it.
type beat is crazy because Whiskey don't produce.
No, I'm saying, but the sound itself is what they're looking for.
Mm, that's
They
fair.
don't. You think that they're out here? Well, maybe some of these artists are well versed on the different genres coming out the continent. I would be shocked, but I'm
Hmm.
thinking they're just saying, "Hey, give me a beat like this song."
Hey, that's exactly what happens. I'm in a
Because
lot of like producer spaces, and that's
yeah,
really what happens.
I'm
Honestly.
telling you, it's sad, but it's what it is. Because like when you make an album, you want this type of song, the love song, the heartbreak song, this song, and I'm sure now they're also on some. Let's try to get an Afrobeat in there. Let's try to get a party song in there and have it be Afrobeat
Yes.
themed. And
Yes.
it's just not connecting.
I
In the
yeah, like I know
words
that
of
for a
David
fact.
Okowale, Kowale.
thank God for growth. I mean, a lot of producers are now building personalities, and there's a name attached to the brand now. So
Maybe.
maybe they can leverage that in the coming months or years. So that's good.
Tunde,
At,
Tunde,
at the end
these
of the day,
Nigerian, Tunde, these Nigerian producers are trying to be geniuses.
oh my, I
I
can't
Uh,
stand
got
you.
that. I got that.
I can't stand
you
you.
know what I'm saying? I like that one.
I cannot stand you. I'm going to sit down because I can't stand you. Hey, well done.
Nah,
Ooh,
it's gonna
everybody
help
be
there.
dropping bombs today.
I'm telling you, that's the next way for the producers. Obviously, Fells. I always say his name right and wrong, depend on the day, but he has a hit single out, and he actually wants to be an artist. So
Tani.
think of, sir. You want me to say his name wrong again? You're not a serious person. But shout out to the Regos though, because the team have been working great on their project behind the scenes. But a lot of producers, I think, are
Ah,
gonna try to
finesse. No,
sing the song. Sing it one more time, please.
no, I'm not a singer. Do I look like Trey Songs?
Sing the finesse
Mowa
song,
Jedi
bro.
is Trey
Happiness,
Songs.
happiness, not finesse.
Ah,
Happiness,
sorry, sorry.
happiness.
Thank you. I was testing you. Thank you.
Yes, not so that they call them testing you, call.
I'm a whole uncle right now. I was just testing
Yes,
you.
you
You know,
know, it's all
you know,
good,
I knew
boy.
now. You knew I
Was it not
knew.
me that told them to use
Shebi, I
happiness?
was the one that was happy before happiness
Shit,
came.
that's that
When
how it be.
happiness came, and then the finesse was finesse. Was I not there?
I think Sauce should try to drop one by himself because that man's beats. Like I know
Speaking of
he has the.
SARS,
Oh,
was I not happy before COVID became SARS and then Buju became Benson?
please,
And tell me that.
please,
Tell me
please,
that.
please don't do this.
No, please tell me that.
Don't segue our producer to a whole pandemic,
I want to
please.
know if Corona did not happen, how would SARS become Corona 19? How would he do
Wow,
that?
my whole adult brother, you are making into
How will he do that?
segue to Batman's disease. That's crazy. That's wild.
Y'all are wilding right now.
Nah, that's
You
wild.
you never heard like a random uncle just like freestyle something crazy? You know the way Christmas happened there. So
Oh gosh.
when I was in secondary school, they told me that Jesus was actually
To
Father
start right
Christmas.
back in our days, that's how the conversation starts. Back in my days.
Back Look, back in my day, when I was in secondary school, we used to walk barefoot with no socks, no shoes to the bus stop. And then from the bus stop, we will now trek. The word trek is only used in Nigeria, by the way. No other person uses the word trek. Am I lying?
Trek and Gallivant.
Correct. You're absolutely correct. Trek and gallivant are two words that are only used by Nigerian uncles. Specifically, no aunties have ever used the word trek or gallivant, ever. You've never heard it. Trafficate is the third one, but it's unisex. I
Oh
think the
yeah,
aunties
traffic.
also use
Yeah,
trafficates.
yeah. Everyone
Yeah, the
has their
aunties
thing.
use that. Yeah.
What's the word they use for trunk?
Boots.
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 It's boots
Certain
now.
certain
Put it in
Very
words
the
are
boots.
correct.
certain words are
Just
hours
put
and
it in the
hours alone.
boots.
Fam.
Yo, did they add trafficate to the Oxford Dictionary because of Nigerians?
If they haven't, then they're being racist. Because you have to
Yo,
trafficate.
let's trafficate. It is in the
Is it?
Collins Dictionary.
There's
Oh,
some
okay.
people that you can't convince that that's not a real word.
It's the
Is it over
crazy shit is, yo,
Sabibito?
Nigerians are so wild. It's not trafficate. It comes from traffic indicator, but because we're lazy, instead of saying traffic indicator, we then just condense into trafficator.
But does it not make
Sheraye
sense?
wabai.
Triple
Does it
entendre,
Saying
not
bro.
make sense?
Triple
instead of
Right.
saying
entendre.
indicator of traffic indicator. One was saw the trafficator.
It
Can
adds
you
up to
imagine?
me. It adds up to me. I'm
Hmm.
sorry. The math is math because it's traffic. Because
The
It's
math is math.
mathing.
with all the damn traffic going on in Lagos, nobody has time to be using 14 syllables to tell you to that
Did
they
you
are
have
making the signal.
did you have Eddie Kaikon today? Because you are just acting anyhow.
Wow, I haven't had anything Kanko in so long, bro. Let's not do that.
You're
You just
acting
made me
like
sad. I haven't had. I gotta call Mom Dukes and see if I could actually put in a request for a Kanko. You just made me sad
wow.
realizing that I haven't had.
I'm upset. Nigeria. You ever see the Mandela effect, or like when they be talking about how like the Berenstain Bears was spelled differently, or Sinbad was
Mm-hmm.
a movie with him being like a genie or whatever. Yo, I
Mm-hmm.
just went to Wikipedia. Yo, the Mandela effect happened, bro.
What
Nigerians
was
have fully infiltrated. They've gone back in time, Nigerians have gone back and they found a way to. They've seen one Baba and they have gone back in time and they have officially changed the Trafficator Wikipedia page to make it seem like that was the name of it originally, and it was not.
So they're saying they have it as traffic gates in
Cor- Bruh.
in Wikipedia.
Trafficators. I'm looking on Wikipedia now. Traffic. This did not exist until as of last year. It was not there. Trafficators are semaphore signals which, when operated, protrude from the bodywork of a motor vehicle to indicate its intention to turn in the direction indicated by the pointing signal. Trafficators are often located at the door pillar. They first appeared in the 1900s when they were actuated either mechanically or pneumatically. In 1908, in Rome, they added electric lights inside the arms and they turned as they extended. They literally went back in time and changed the name from traffic indicator to trafficito. Nigerians have so much power.
And that's what
God
you get
damn
for
it,
questioning our people. That's
bruh.
what you get for questioning our people.
This is the
I'm
type of stuff that our people use power for. Instead of fixing roads and picking good presidents and make sure the light stays on, they will now use our metaphysical power to now change traffic indicator to trafficator. Hey,
and the person that changed that probably just wanted to win an argument too, and that's all
he
that
did.
is. And
He
now they
probably
got
got into an argument on Twitter with a fan of some sort and was like, "You will see everything you know about traffic indicators. We will see. Don't worry. Wake up tomorrow and you will see your destiny will be different. Don't worry."
traffic gates instantly. Anyway, we're going to
Instant
traffic.
trafficator.
We're going to traffic gate to the next topic, and
Hey.
it's snowfall. Does anyone else here watch Snowfall?
Oh my goodness.
Yo.
Anyone else? Are there any Snowfall fans in here? Because
I'm a huge fan.
I wanna rant.
Go ahead, I got you, bro.
Go
I,
ahead.
I I
Oh
have a
yeah,
lot of
rants.
cancelable things I want to say, but I'm gonna say this real quick. Why did they give man's mom's wig to his girl?
Yes,
Shit.
I
yes,
can't
yes,
tweet it
yes.
because I can't live with that. But her hair, like, it's just bothering me. Like, why they give that man, old woman, to be a
I'm
babe?
not going to. I'm not going to lie to you. Say flagrant stuff. I saw it and I was like,
Like,
why does
it's
she look
not
like?
a whole drug dealer controlling cocaine coming into the West Coast, and they got this man with that woman.
They
I'm
have her
sorry,
dressed like Diana Ross when she was in the Supremes, and I'm like, what is happening here? What the fuck is
bro,
this?
bro.
What
Like
is
on
shit,
head,
man?
like bro. The other joints he was with, like it adds up, but this.
Yeah, he was with some tough
Why would
joints
they
too, and
do
he's out
that?
here dressed.
Like I legit thought they cut the mom out the show and just took the wig and gave it to her. But she's showing up. I see the next episode she's gonna pop up. I want to see the both of them stand next to each other and see if they're sharing wigs, but between scenes, because it's not adding up. It's just
I saw her and I was like, how does someone in the Supremes tie into the storyline? I was just waiting for Baby Love to be in the background. Baby Love, Baby
nah.
Love.
They could have had her on every, and it could have been an afro. It could have been. It's just it's not sitting right. And as a black man, I'm trying to mind my business instead of black woman's business. But bro, it's just killing my trust in him making good decisions.
Killing me softly with Lolo.
Please stop it.
Sorry,
No,
sorry,
but
sorry.
now we can get back to the subject matter. I just had to get that up.
Our
Okay, I don't know
Nigerian
if it's
brother is
just
out
me.
here slacking with his female interests in Snowfall. We need Damson to figure it out. I also think that she's low key a spy because she
Yeah,
asked,
something
like,
ain't
even though
right with her.
she's she's pregnant, but she's also asking this dude way too many like personal questions about his business. And I get it, like that's your girl. You think you're gonna marry this girl. It's implied that he's gonna like start a life with her. They're having a kid, so he feels comfortable sharing certain things with her about the business. But I think that, as history has shown on this show, anytime he's gotten close to a woman in that way, they have ended up working for the enemy in
What
some
if
way, shape, or form.
what if she got the mic under the wig?
La
Maybe.
la.
Bro.
These are questions we have to ask. All right, I'm done
For two
Mariana,
ranting.
was
seconds,
that you?
for 2 seconds, I thought that Haruna Ishola had slipped into the space, and I was confused. I said, "When did we start playing Aquala music?" Wow.
Again, I obviously think I'm gonna move on. I don't want to drag this topic too much. It's just not sitting right in my spirit. But
I
I'm
can
not.
tell you're really bothered by the hair,
Yeah,
man. By the
when
wig,
she
sorry.
first when she pulled up, I was like, "What's this?" Like Franklin, you out here running the state. You got PJs, you got money in different countries, and this.
Yeah, some
Anyway,
To
wild
be
shit.
honest,
Wild shit.
let me just say something real quick. I ain't even going to trip. When I saw that was his girl, like shit, it can
something
be.
is
Maybe
up.
it's just like a side thing, Because,
Wow.
Yeah.
bro, you're supposed to be the biggest out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Damson is a Yoruba man, and in fact, his character in LA is also honorary Yoruba man. I don't care if it's a role he's playing. He's Yoruba man. The way he has been moving with swag, the guy pretended to be needing cane for a whole season. That is
Yeah,
Yoruba
that shit
energy.
was jokes. That shit was jokes. Like he dead dropped the cane. The
Flogged
whole
his old
like,
babe and said, "I
bro,
don't even need this cane. Fuck this cane."
fam.
Pow.
And mind you, she never saw him with a cane because she shot him and left. So she
True.
didn't even know he had a cane. He come with the cane and then he drops the cane. I'm sure it's like a whole lot for her to process in Texas. Like, bro, I
Bruh.
ain't seen you in months. I ain't even know you were in a cane. Oh wait, you don't need the cane. What was the whole point?
How many Nigerian men have been shot by women? That was probably one of the most accurate scenes
Oh,
in
talking
the
about
entire
that,
series. You
since
know?
this guy was shot by a woman. What's this Texas rapper, Nigerian dude? That
I'm
made a
not.
song with Tyler the
I'm
Creator.
not doing it. Nope.
You know who I'm talking about,
I know
right?
exactly what you're talking about. Absolutely.
His pops was shot.
I'm gonna do it. Max or Cream?
Yes, his pops was shot. He said.
Junior, you'll foul for that for indulging him.
No,
Hey,
you just asked about
someone
Nigerians
had
being
to do
shot.
it.
Okay, it was just a fun fact. Max Cream is a great rapper,
Look,
obviously.
Maxo Cream also looks like he'll shoot you in the face, so I'm not
So
doing
you want
anything.
to know? No, this was
I have
in there.
seen
His
that man
pop
in
said this
person.
story.
That is one
No,
Igbo man I do not want to see on a bad day.
or a good day. Or a good day, bro.
That is Toby. There's Toby and Wigwe, who's like the nice. He's like the nice guy, and then there's Maxo Cream that will shoot you in the
Yo, who
face.
saw Toby's mom's prayer, man? That was too sweet.
Mm. There was a side of Ogbono to it, so I knew it was very sweet.
Please, yo. I see. Oh, you can make a Toby joke, right? But you don't want to say nothing about Max
About
Cream.
Toby and Wigwe, not about Maxo. Look,
I
He ain't
didn't
I
going
will
to
make a
shoot
never
you.
joke.
crack a joke. I will never crack a joke about Maxo Cream. I respect life too
Listen,
much. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain
I'm
people you just
telling
don't
you,
crack jokes on.
Max Cream's pops told the story, but
Which is
we'll
fine.
we'll
Maxo
move
Cream's
on.
pops is not gonna shoot anyone in the face. Like Uncle Uche is not a threat.
Oh
Uncle
man, this is
Namdi is
jokes.
okay with me. Uncle Namdi is good.
He's a good guy. Good
He's a
vibes.
great guy. He pays his taxes on time. You know, he drives Lexus.
So you say Maxo doesn't pay his taxes on time?
He pays his taxes on time. He drives a Lexus. He turns on the aircon when he goes in the car. He's a nice guy. Very nice guy.
All right, so we'll move on. But
I just can't
back
wait to
to
see how
football.
Veronique does.
Which
Oh,
one?
what?
Veronique, she's
Oh, yeah. The chick
you
that plays the
know,
crackhead?
yeah. No,
Yeah.
Veronique. That's Franklin's babe.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's her name?
Yeah, that's her
See,
name, and
she
that's her
doesn't. The
name in the
name doesn't even
show. But
sound fine.
her name is Devin Tyler, but her name on the show is Veronique. So
Her
Bless
name
her
does
heart.
not even
I
make her
actually
sound
want to
fine.
see how I want to see how she looks outside of whatever they have her looking like.
yeah, she got on a fro. She's good.
Orukoyan fine. I'm sorry. Orukoyan fine.
No,
I don't
it
like
is
it.
fine.
It's
It's
not a
not
fine.
bad. It's not bad.
Uh-uh. You would
Her
date a
name,
babe with that name.
yes.
Veronique.
Ziley. Thank you so
Oh,
much. Thank
Veronique.
you.
No, I thought we were talking about her real
No,
name.
no. I'm going to make sure. I'm going to talk to my ancestors tonight to make sure your next babe's name is Vernick.
Please, don't, don't,
I will make
don't,
sure.
don't attach my name with the on the cover, please. I beg you. I take go beg you. Please relax,
They will find your
With a
twin
whole
in
ass
Yaba. Don't
microphone
worry.
under her
bro.
wig.
That
They will
woman is
find your
up
twin
to
in
something.
Yaba. Don't worry. Don't.
That
Am I
that woman,
worried?
but that woman is up to something though. I know the next episode. Obviously, we're gonna get. We're trying to see who they're gonna give up to the cop. So I want to see how that goes. Obviously, the crazy dude is chilling now, so we'll see how that is
Cra-
as well.
Crazy
Because
dude. I honestly thought they were gonna kill Crazy dude the last episode.
I
Sorry
thought
for
he
the
was
spoilers.
dead, and I didn't even
This.
know she was Haitian.
Yeah, I thought dog. I thought everything you just said is what exactly what I thought. When they went to go see the Juju lady,
Hmm. And she
I thought
started
that.
speaking with the Haitian accent. I was like,
She
wow,
was like, oh.
right. I love me a Haitian accent. I was like, wow, because I was looking at that different though. I wouldn't lie to you.
So that's how
I
they stole
haven't,
your destiny. They did it
I
with
haven't,
Soup Jumu. I
fam,
see now.
I haven't looked at someone different like that since the black lady from Shameless.
That's so fucking funny, bro.
Black lady from
That is
Shameless
so
is
funny.
A1.
Yeah, nah, you
A1.
You
She
get
is fire. She's fire. I don't care what nobody says.
you get a clap
She
for that. That was good.
she
You get
is fire. If you guys have seen Shameless, there's this black lady married to a
yes.
white man.
They run the
It's
bar
past
together.
it's past Black
That
History Month, so I can speak
relationship,
on it.
It's the most
yo,
toxic shit on TV, but it's very interesting.
Oh my God,
very, very interesting.
she is
Do you
amazing.
guys think Alton is dead? I don't think so.
Who?
Alton,
Do I?
Frank's dad. Frank's dad.
Yes,
I
definitely
think
dead.
he is dead. Dead. I think
Like that.
I think he's wild dead.
Yo, because even the
Because
damn
Damson was in the
CIA.
Breakfast Club, and sorry to call you off, B. But Franklin was in the Breakfast Club, and I think Angela Yee was saying that, yo, they didn't show him get popped, So is he dead? And Damson stepped back from the mic, he smiled, and he didn't say nothing. He was like, watch the show. So I don't
Because he
know.
wants you to watch the show.
I mean, he's a
Because
Yoruba man. He didn't give up his secret. Didn't mean he didn't have to lie. He didn't tell the truth. That doesn't mean anything. You are distracted by Yoruba tactics. Shut up there.
because why would Mans not kill him unless he says someone else knows the secret? Because he has to die. He knows the secret, and him the what's it called, Reed coming out of hiding shows that that problem has been taken care of.
But our outing was giving Ben vibes. Serious Ben vibes from Ozark.
Oh yeah, no, Alton was doing three much. He was doing three much. So
Yep.
that's what I'm saying. For Reed to come back out, that would mean Alton is out the picture. Even the CIA was asking him about Alton, and he was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." So that has to have been taken care of.
Yeah, I
And
feel like
Reed
he was
is a
probably moved.
sicko. Reed
I
is
feel
a
like he was
sicko.
probably moved. He was probably moved out the way.
Yeah, Reed is a sicko, but Reed does. It's him against. If you're against him, you're basically dead. Because that man is not even looking at his kids, his wife and kid. He just
Yo,
wants to
that
be out
part
there.
I
struck
completely
me, right?
forgot he had a wife and
Exactly.
kid. I
Yeah, that's what
forgot he
I'm
had a wife and
saying.
kid. That's crazy.
Did you see when his
He's gang
supervisor
come.
asked him, like, what about your wife? What about your kids? And it was like, they're good. I'm like, you didn't even blink before you said that, bro. You were watching them on a boat.
Again, I keep telling you, like, how Reed is moving is not any different from how typical niggas move. He's like, yeah, she good. She alright. Call her, nigga. Why you asking me about her? She good.
Leon's
Reed,
energy
Reed
just
is just
seems
Reed was
supreme.
just Eminem before Eminem. I think that's what's happening. Reed was just, you know, Reed was just one of them, like, he was just on some nigga shit before niggas were on some nigga shit.
Nah.
I think if he was a typical white boy like
Yeah, go
Brady
ahead.
or
Sorry,
Grady or
my
whatever
bad.
his name was,
Hmm.
I think if he
Yeah,
was like
Grady.
Grady, he would have been out of here.
Yeah, yeah, he survived the damn South American forest. However, he did it. Reed is gonna live on, and I'm sorry to Alton, but I'll be stunned if that man is alive. That man is floating,
Yeah,
And
floating
the
down some Cuban
river.
string, down some Cuban string.
just so funny. Or he's in Cuba
Nah,
with Tupac's mom,
wow,
or Tupac's
Whoa.
aunt, or Tupac's aunt and Tupac.
yeah,
Whoa.
aunts, yeah, aunts. Please, I was
Yeah,
like,
the
wait,
aunt.
what?
My
Rest
bad,
in peace,
my bad.
rest in peace to Mr. Cole.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh man, I was like, sir,
The
did you
aunt.
not get the updates? Nah, but Alton is definitely dead because the wife is not even looking for him. Like, what? I don't get what's going on.
Shush, that part,
How
I'm
do we
happy you
know? How do we
mentioned
know
it.
she's not looking for him? How do we know she's not looking for him
She
though?
don't care.
Yeah, she
She
probably
out
don't give
here.
a shit. She like, nigga, you ain't giving me no all that bread that fucking all that bread that Franklin's making and you're probably making and no, clearly he's definitely making bread. If the dude that replaced him was able to go and buy like Lamborghinis and Ferraris and shit in like a year, the span of like a year that he wasn't on the not even, it was like 6 months he wasn't on involved with the shit anymore. And he was buying Lamborghinis, bought a big ass house in LA somewhere outside of LA. Like Reed was definitely stacking, but I think what he was doing was he was giving that bread straight to the government. Whereas the other dude was skimming, and that was the issue. That's why he got rid of him.
Fam, whatever it was, Reed was gonna end up back there. However, he would have killed Grady even if Grady was doing a good job,
It's true.
and then
Because
took the job back. It's just
Facts.
Grady made it easy
yeah,
because
it's about
he
control.
already popped up. Yeah, yeah. It's unfinished business. I don't know what exactly it is, but it's unfinished business.
And Reed
Yeah.
has like this kind of weird principle, right? So he give him an out at the beginning. He was like, yo, just walk away. This is my shit. I'm back, that kind of thing. I'm sober
Yeah.
now. I want to move in. Just go. And
Yeah.
I'm guessing Grady just got too attached he's a nice guy and all that, but I mean, he was just in love with the city. Really, he never cared about the job or like the war they're fighting. Like
He was
Reed is
also
from
he was
like
also addicted to the product. Like you saw the whole
exactly,
time. The whole time he was
exactly.
addicted to the product.
And so
Never
Never
get
never
high.
get high on your own supply ever.
Exactly. Reed out here
number
trying to make
one
sure the
rule of the
coke hits
game.
the streets. So
What y'all
that's
think
good luck
about
to them.
Louis though? She looking good this season.
Tani,
My
Louis,
Haitian boo.
yeah. Louis.
Louis. I don't
She's
I don't remember Louis. Is the
That's
one
Louis.
that was messing with Franklin's right hand that was addicted?
No, no.
no, no,
Louis is
no. Franklin's
the
uncle's
uncle's
girlfriend.
babe. My Haitian
Oh,
boo.
she is. Yeah, she's fire.
I'm telling you, that she's up
She's
there.
fire.
She's number two to Shameless,
She's
the
fire.
Shameless lady.
I wouldn't do it because she's not Yashi, but that's just me. But I can see what y'all are saying.
She is not
Leon is
nasty.
really, really on it this season. Yo, I like the energy he's giving, man.
Yeah, Leon came in right, bro. And then that last scene was so fire though. Our brother Damson killed that last scene. That last scene was fire. It's up there. It's
Yep.
up there with his brick by brick scene. Leon still has Leon still has the best scene though.
That's so good, so good,
Brick by brick scene, bro.
so good.
Leon still has the best scene to me. That scene where what's it called? Where he was locked up, where Franklin was locked up and he was talking about, nah, you see him? You see where he broke the phone? That scene by
I see
Leon, I
that.
think is
Yeah.
that's
That
the
was good.
best monologue I've seen in that show because he went off. I was ready to run through that for him. I was ready to jump into the screen like, yeah, man. That was his best work. Leon is a very, very, very good actor.
Um, I just saw this breaking news. Apparently, I just saw a tweet that said that there was an active shooter on some Air Force base that the president was supposed to be at.
Oh shit.
It says, okay, so the tweet is from this dude Scott. I'm gonna try to put it in the chat, but basically, it says, I have no information other than this, but I'm told JBA, Joint Base Andrews, it's Andrews, Air Force One, is on
Mm-hmm.
lockdown right now due to reports of an active shooter. Another reporter and I are in a shuttle van that is being held due to the situation. The vice president has already left the base on Marine 2.
Wow.
What
Very
is going on?
I was about to say it is absolutely wild. We ain't even talk about the treatment of black students in Ukraine. It's insane what's going on out here. Absolutely
We
insane.
have not gotten there yet.
We really just gotta. If you really just gotta stay in, get your money. Remote work for everybody, please, because I'm tired. Everybody, everybody walk from their
Didn't the
bedroom, please.
president say he wants us back?
Yes, because the country is broke. They want to make money from
But that sounds
transportation
like a.
and rent.
First of all, the real estate mafia need to stop bothering us. Okay.
That shit has to
Because
crash.
it's not our fault they made these expensive buildings and expect people to be back. Hello?
Fam, isn't it crazy? Like you build an office building, and you're like, yeah, we're gonna be making money forever, and now niggas says nobody wants to go to work. So all this landlords are pressuring governors, and it's gone all the way to the president because nobody wants to be out there. Nobody wants to be in the New York City trains. Nobody wants to be in these office buildings. It's insane. They've all been shit in people's faces. Like people are not trying to be outside. Like it's a different world right now. And
Yeah, I mean,
and
and the only reason why the real only reason why people are companies are trying to send people to their offices is because they've paid rent for like the next 10 years. So they really don't care about you. It's just they want to make sure that they're getting what they paid for.
exactly. There's no. I don't know what they think, or well, they're gonna package it as us being social beings and wanting to be around each other, but it's not that. It's not needed.
Nerp. Okay, we talked about Snowfall. We talked about Ghana. We talked about Davido. Africa's in Ukraine. Do we touch on that yet?
No, no, that'd be next.
Not yet.
All right. So for those who aren't aware, Russia and Ukraine are basically duking it out over who has the biggest dick. It's a big ego battle, and I think Russia was expecting for Ukraine to like cower, and the Ukrainian president is a fucking boss, and he's like, "Nah, bring it. Like I ain't leaving. You ain't gonna be able to do shit, whatever."
And then Russia was like, oh, all right, cool. And they fucking blew up the airport in Ukraine and then said, y'all niggas are stuck there now. And then they went to like Chernobyl and took over like the nuclear power plants that were around there. Mind you, Chernobyl blew up in what, 86? Like had a nuclear meltdown and caused hundreds of thousands of people, if I'm not mistaken, to have radioactive poisoning.
Hmm.
Huge disaster back then. And they are threatening to repeat history, which is great. So that is what's happening over there. But aside from that, there are a bunch of a lot of West African,
Caribbean.
Nigerian, Ghanaian, Caribbean students that are going to school, going to university in Ukraine on scholarship, or work for like tech startups there. That labor is a bit cheaper in a place like Ukraine and other Eastern European countries. So a lot of tech startups that are trying to um, lean, make their operations lean, will hire remote teams in places like Ukraine and Russia, et cetera, et cetera. So a lot of people are just now finding out that there are Nigerians and Ghanaians, et cetera, in the Ukraine because of this crisis. So it's caused a lot of unfortunate but interesting realities to be faced.
Just
So.
regular reminders on how the world operates with black and brown people. Um,
Mm,
so I'm not shocked. I don't think anyone's really shocked. It's just sad that the people are going through it. Like, yes, we get like feel like in this generation we get hit with so much news that it's hard to
mm,
personalize certain things because you're gonna be drained out. Like way
yeah.
back when you only got the news that your TV screen or the newspaper gives you, and you can personalize and keep it moving. But it's like it's constant news that you see because you could follow this one person from this country and they're telling you about what's going on. And outside of Ukraine, there's a lot of wild shit going on in the continent. And it's so much information to take in, so it's hard to personalize everything and still stay sane. But when I heard it or when I've been reading the threads of actual people going through what they're going through, I feel sad and I'm just sorry for them because they're going to these places to better themselves, put themselves in better financial situation. Like one of my aunts
Mm,
that is Shagun Demura and the Demura family, the one
yeah,
family.
yeah,
My aunt and uncle met in Russia back were in the 70s because they were
yeah. That
schooling
makes
in
sense.
Russia, and that's he's a doctor, she's in finance. No, he's an engineer, she's in finance, and obviously
Hmm.
she was one of the heads of CBN, one of the higher ups in CBN. So, but it's like they met in Russia because they went looking for a better something better for themselves, and I have a lot of uncles and aunts that went to Russia for schooling, so any of that could have happened. So you can personalize certain things or you could just put yourself in their shoes. But it's always a reminder of how black people are treated around the world. Like I'm not big on this whole black and people of color situation because the matter is different in every situation. We can say at least every continent black people are stressing. Like there can be some countries where brown people are enjoying or Asians are enjoying, but when it comes to blacks, including Africa, niggas is stressed. You're stressed. We're getting the shorter end of the situation in every single matter you could think of. So,
Hmm.
the whole people of color shit is not one of the words I care to use or even care to understand because they don't make no sense.
Hmm.
But
We are
no,
aligned. We are aligned.
yeah, no, nobody got time for that at all.
Boom, boom, boom. What else haven't we covered? Um.
The we haven't covered the Goats album.
Whose
Ooh,
album?
The Goat,
the go.
the
I'm
Goat
gonna let
Crow Santino Santi.
I'm gonna let you take this one,
Yeah, I haven't
Paolo.
listened to it. I haven't. No, I have not listened to it yet.
Santino is the goat now. What are we doing here?
We're not questioning. I haven't listened to it yet. I don't listen to new music when it comes out. I tend to like give it like 2 3 weeks to listen to it. But how is it?
Yeah.
What's your feedback on it? I've heard
So
good
I
things
mean,
though.
for all my friends that really know me, they know how much of a Santi fan I am.
Okay.
But in my 100% honest opinion, from like maybe like five listens through and through, I'd say it's a very good album. I
Okay.
don't think he topped Mandy. I hate to be that guy that compares
Right.
albums.
No, but
Like
would you say the sound is similar? Because I hate it when people compare albums and it's not similar sounds. Would you say it's a
it's not
similar sound?
similar. It's like this one is a little more like left field. Like he went all the way left with it, and I really like stuff like that. I like really alternative stuff. It's like he finally fully owned the alternative essence of being like Santi. So
Mm,
like yeah, it's very it has a lot of like indie pop influences, which I love that sound. I'm really into that like well that psychedelic pop like Tame Impala type
mm-hmm.
sound, beach house. Yeah, so like he tapped into that, and that's just it's just made good music in my opinion.
I have a
Yeah, man.
question, Junior. If you could indulge me. So, with alternative music, right? I'm guessing you're a fan. When do you turn on someone like Santino's music? Like, when do you put that in the playlist to listen to? You know how you have some music for like workout, a
Right.
good drive, stuff like. When does that come on? Because I
See,
find it hard to relate with really like left sounds, like you said.
right.
His own genre of music, I like his personality, but it's just a whole lot of sounds and a whole lot of things going on at the same time for me. I'm like, okay, where's the hook? Where's the bridge? What are you singing? Can I hear it? Or you're whispering, stuff like that. But I just need to know when you listen to it. So maybe if I'm doing an
The
activity like
setting.
that, I can turn it on, So
See, I feel like it's definitely an acquired taste, but if you just became like a fan of Santi like within the last few years, it's probably even more of an acquired taste because like I feel like the more he goes into his career, the more like left he leans because he started off as a rapper, like just a regular rapper when he was like Ozzy B like 10 years ago or like maybe even more. But there's still elements of that like rapper in his music. It's just like more like left. But like in terms of like where you would listen to that kind of music, his music is definitely not for like the clubs or for like working out. It's just I don't know. Personally, I listen to him everywhere, but I can see why you would say you don't know the setting. Like typically, settings doesn't really like determine where I listen to music. I like what I like, and I listen to it wherever I am because that's just what I like. You know what I'm saying? Like I can work out listening to Pop Smoke. I can also work out listening to the War on Drugs. That's just me. So I,
I,
I guess
have
it's
you
really like
attended any of his performances before?
sorry.
Does he do performances? Like, is he a live performer kind of thing?
Yeah, he's signed to an American label now, so like they're probably trying to get him in the festival scene. The Because I know when he dropped Mandy, he performed at a few festivals, but I'm hoping to see what happens from this album. They'll probably try to get him to like play like Bonnaroo and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Good luck to
Because
him.
his sound can easily be adapted into the American like space, in my opinion, at least.
Good luck to him. The only reason why I asked is just because I just wanted to know. You know how some people make music for, like films, like
Right.
people have their own thing. That's my point, and I just need to know where his own type of music fits because I don't get it. So if he's like a score kind of writer, that kind of thing, he's making music for like film discography, that kind of thing. Maybe he's like a Hans Zimmer kind of guy, and all that peak. But like I don't just see even in a festival. I can't see myself standing for that. But I'm sure he's a mad talented dude because he produces a well, and I know that he puts in a lot of work to his craft. So,
You know,
shouts to
you know
him,
what's
man.
funny about that statement? He's actually that guy who like his music is heavily influenced by movies, or like his overall aesthetic is heavily influenced by movies from Nigerian movies, like classic Nigerian movies, to like classic American movies. So like he's that guy. So
Okay,
you're
now I
actually
can
right
get
about that.
that.
Like
Now I can see. Yeah, exactly. So you understand what I'm saying? Now I get that because I see his album rollout and stuff. I see even like when it comes to display and kind of graphics he uses and stuff like that. He plays around with CGI a lot and stuff like yeah. Okay, so I can see that.
he's
That's it.
also heavily influenced by anime. I don't know if you're into that, but he's heavily even in his in like his lyrics. Apparently for this album, there's gonna be he wrote a whole like anime show to the album that's supposed to come out at some point. Like I don't know, I don't have a lot of details, but this is supposed to be the soundtrack to that show. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay, he should get his Japanese and Chinese bag and all that. That's good, man.
Yeah, I think Mariana wanted to say something.
I just want to make sure we're talking about the same person. Did he change his name to Cruel Santino?
Yes, that's him.
Okay, I
That's
was like,
Yes.
it sounds familiar, but then I had to look it up, and I was like, did he change his name? And then I found the song that I like. Okay, I'm gonna go listen
Yeah,
to it later.
he used to rap. Well, genre changed as well. I think similar to like I guess who's the American? I think Miguel, right? Miguel was the one that was rapping and then went into singing. So, but Cool Santana has a very unique sound. And obviously one of the few acts that popped out of Nigeria and got his following like straight out the continent, and people look for stuff because it's always shocked. Like I think a lot of people don't even associate him with like Ninja at all.
right.
So it just shows how creative he is to like just be his own thing.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like the way I describe him is like if you pick a kid who grew up in Nigeria and like throw like a bunch of like influences all over the world at him, like throw Jamaican music, throw like Japanese anime, throw alternative rock, and like put it in one like little bottle and mix it together and add the Nigerian spice. That's what you get. And the reason I really, really, really like his music a lot is because like I feel like I kind of share that same like background. So like his music, his sound really resonates with me a lot. And I know it's not like the same for a lot of people, a lot of Nigerian kids and not like that. So but yeah. Check him out. His music is amazing. Just listen with an
Nah,
open mind.
he
You
definitely.
like
I can definitely co-sign his music being amazing. I just haven't heard the new one yet. I won't lie to you. I can't.
yeah,
I usually give like I don't like listening to music when everyone does because the opinions are flying all over the place. So
right.
I'll give it time, and I like listening to everything at once. So I usually like to be off and take the project. And I'm not a big this song and that song. I want to hear how the artist wants us to hear it.
Right, right,
So
right, right.
I'll
Did
have
y'all
to
hear
give
that
it some
new
time.
did y'all hear the new Asha Wizkid record?
I still haven't. I
Yes.
haven't listened to anything
Not
new.
yet.
I haven't
Fire.
listened to the album yet.
I heard the song but not the album yet.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the album. I'm waiting to listen to everything at once.
Okay. Because that
I'm
Angelique
quite
Kidjo did it.
excited. I'm very happy for Wiz though, because I remember Wiz had tweeted he wants to do a song with Usher, and this was years ago, and people were
Yeah,
Yes.
roasting Wiz
years in the
on
making.
Twitter, roasting mans, and somebody was like, damn, I forgot how they said it, but they were just like talking about what the hell are you gonna say on a song with Usher? The song was like, are you gonna get on there and scream Yaga? And I am a Wiz. I'm a
Yeah,
big
yeah,
Wiz
yeah.
fan, but I
Dead.
was dying. I was dying. Like they dead said he was gonna get a song with Usher and scream Yaga. And I was so embarrassed, but I laughed. Like I didn't even retweet or like the shit. But if I go down, I'll find it somewhere. But it was hilarious.
There's actually a pic mix of the tweets of both tweets. So the day the song drops was apparently the day, I think, however many years ago he put the tweet into the air. So like let's say for instance he said it March 5th, 2013. Apparently the song came out on March 5th, 2000, that kind of vibe. So that was weird too and cool.
Fam. Yeah, like,
Uh,
look, it's. I just found the tweet, and the person said, if Asa knows what is good for her career, she should never do a song with Wizkid. Yeah, 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 and Yaga are the only things he's good for. And this was February 21st, 2015,
yikes.
bro. And now look, so I'm very happy for Wiz because he said he wanted to do it, and people were making fun of him, but made it happen.
Say sweet something, oh.
You know. All right. So I'm about
I was
Yeah.
to
gonna
I'm
say
about to
like
go.
the oh I'm sorry.
No,
I
go
was gonna
ahead, bro.
ask do A-list artists still have like starstruck moments, and I think this is a perfect example of someone he really really like wanted to like collaborate with and stuff like that. Do you think that is still the case for like a lot of A-list artists here in
Yeah,
Nigeria?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Nigeria, everyone is too cool and too big. Because I know, like, Drake talks about doing a song with Sade, and everyone was like, hell no. Drake is one of those people that's not too cool to say he wants to do something with somebody.
Same thing with Leah.
Um,
He just like he took the Leah
yeah,
narrative and ran with it.
yeah. So it's like a little weird, but hey, I get, if you're a fan, you're a fan, and if you're not scared to show it, then that's really cool. I know Wiz was excited to do a song with a a child of Bob Marley. Burner spoke about Angelique, but these people don't say till they get it. So it's like it's always weird to know what they're actually excited about. But Burner was very excited about Angelique, and obviously she was a Grammy winner before he was, so it was one of the things that he wanted to accomplish. So that's cool. Burner doing a song with um the what's the group, the rap group that made
Naughty by Nature.
Opie.
Naughty by
Yeah,
Nature.
Naughty
Yeah.
by Nature. Yeah. Because he's made many references to them previous to that we knowing about his families, but you could hear in his flow and all that. So that was cool as well. Obviously, David O being from Atlanta region, he even went on the award show and says he wants to work with people. So certain things like that, you get that. But I think it could be too cool sometimes.
You're
I
not
think we
wrong.
should start next interview with the celebs we get tonight. We should start asking who's the artist they haven't worked with and they would love to work with. I'd love to hear
I think
like
that
if
would be
artists would be
nice.
honest.
Yeah.
I would love to know. I think I don't know. We'll try. We can try it with who if we get the interview set up soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright.
Guys, can you spell? Rumor has it that Burner has. Wait, no. Oh my God. That
You already
Burner
know
has.
Tune about
Oh,
to go on mute.
okay, okay. I'm gonna keep quiet. I'll ask you in the DMs then.
Too late.
Stop now.
Oh
Bet.
man, Joe.
Is there anything else we haven't covered?
That's about it. I'm about to step out to dinner with little sis.
Oh, shout outs to sis.
Yeah, she ain't town, so I gotta send out to you. Y'all,
Bet.
y'all be cool. How y'all be cool?
Appreciate you, brother. No, thank you everyone for joining the space. We're about to wrap. As you know, we're available on nowahalapod.com, and we will try to come back again next Sunday around the same time, 8 p.m., and talk about what's going on in the culture. Feel free to share this episode with your friends. Once we're done, once this is wrapped, this link will stay up so that people can run it back and go through the topics. Feel free to DM either me, Bawo, or the official podcast account. It's the other co-host on the show, and let us know some topics you'd like us to touch on. We want to start talking about some more personal things in the next episodes. People have emailed us things, we just haven't brought them up because of time. So we look forward to having you guys joining again next week. But thank y'all for participating, for listening. Um, is there anything that any one of y'all want to say before we get out of here?
No, just thank you for having this space.
We're gonna continue. We're gonna continue killing it. This is great. It's great to connect with y'all weekly.
All right. Catch you next
All right.
time.
Have a great week, y'all.
You too.
Bye,
Be
guys.
blessed.
Stay safe.
Peace. Peace. Peace.